I'm Jerry Manor, Dave McKillenan sitting alongside of me. The rest of the WMSA broadcast crew is here. Dave, there's a lot of other folks here too tonight.
Yeah, this is a packed house, as you mentioned, and I think we're all in for a treat. These clubs, not strangers to each other, haven't played each other this year, but in the past 4 years, as you had on your pregame, met each other three out of the 4 years, and the Raiders have been victorious. And as Sandy said, that game 2 years ago, what a classic game that was, and what a great finish. And I think we can expect more of the same here.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. This should be an excellent hockey game tonight. And, you know, we had a great crowd for that sectional game with Potsdam, but I think there are even more people here tonight.
Yeah, and these clubs both coming off of big wins in the section. The Massena, that emotional game over Potsdam 4-3, and then beating Canton 5-2 in the championship. The Oswego High School Club 4-0 over West Genesee in the semifinals, and that very, very emotional game that Coach Sears talked about on the pregame over Rome. Rome lost one of their hockey players in a tragic car accident just a couple days prior to that game last Saturday, and they went out and played a triple overtime hockey game. And I don't know, the Rome club was sky high. Oswego got up for it. We'll see how they can come back here this evening against the Raiders.
Well, it should be interesting. Starting lineups, it'll be John McCrae in the nets. Nate Elliott and Joe Anarino will be the two defensemen, and it will be Garrett Ferguson centering Mike Foley and Phil Carroll to start the game tonight for the team from Oswego, the Buccaneers. And I'll tell you what, they've only lost 2 games all year. One of them to Rome and one of them to Potsdam, and that is it.
And John McCrae, who's getting the start here tonight, one of 3 goaltenders in this club. A very, very pleasant surprise for Oswego. He's coming in with an 11-2 record, goals against average of 2.00, and a save percentage of .900. And last year, he was just a standby, got in a couple of games, and he's just each game, he continues to impress Coach Sears.
Right now, the Massena Red Raiders being introduced, as you can probably imagine. It will be in the nets, Luca Richards. Richards has played the last 3 games now, and he's played well. On defense, Frank Joy and Ryan Kerwin. Up front, it'll be Jason Converse, Josh Spanberg, and Corey David. And that's the Red Raiders team to start the game against the Oswego Buccaneers. This should be just an outstanding hockey game here tonight, and there's still plenty of time to get down here and enjoy.
And while we're waiting for the national anthem, Luca Richards with an 8-1 record, a goals against average of 0.86 and a save percentage of .942.
Joe Ross and Brian Cole, I think you said, are the officials.
Brian Groh. More about him later. I'll mention. I was waiting till we had a minute to talk about Brian.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Kesley DeTulio will sing our national anthem this evening. The singing of our national anthem, we are set to go, Dave. This ought to be a thriller. Earlier today, and not much of a thriller, it was The team from Clinton, who by all reports and accounts are excellent, they beat OFA this afternoon 9-2 over at the Golden Dome. Jacobs had both goals for OFA. Actually, it was 2-2 after the first period, but then Clinton just bombed them the rest of the way. They go to the Final Four 9-2. Also, we understand that Saratoga beat Seton Catholic in the other quarterfinal, and that's in Division I. That was a 4-3 game. So Saratoga's in the Final Four, along with Pittsburgh and Suffern, as they both bye to the Final Four. The Final Four participant will be determined by this game.
And just an update on those officials that we were going to talk to you about, Joe Ross and Brian Groh out of the Rochester area, but Brian is a native of Massena. In fact, he grew up just a few blocks up the street from the arena, played hockey for me at Holy Family, outstanding young man and an outstanding hockey player.
No kidding.
That's right.
Well,
he's the red-haired young man with the mustache down there. He's been refereeing for about 10 years. When his assigner called him up and said, "How would you like a hockey game?" He said, "Where?" He said, "Massena, New York."
Did Joseph play with him?
Yes, Joseph knows him quite well.
Okay, we're about ready to go here as Jason Converse steps into the circle. And Phil Carroll, we're underway as the puck goes to the Oswego line. Back to neutral ice. Dumped right back in Oswego zone. Stopped behind the net by McRae. As Converse trying to flip it in front, goes to the point, and the shot is knocked down. And a good job by Jason Converse, but nobody there from Massena to convert. Oswego dumps it back inside Raider territory around the boards. After it is Foley in the corner. He's bodied out of the play by Kerwin. Joy wraps it around. The puck comes up to Corey David. Ahead to Converse, knocked away, dumped back in, right back out again. Kerwin flips it to the Oswego line. Picked up by Anarino, the defenseman, and he's going to ice the puck, except it's right on net. And Luca has to make the first save of the game on kind of a knuckleball shot. Raiders try to clear the zone. They move it out to center ice, dumped right back in. Delay offsides. Going to have to call it because it goes right in on Luca Richards, and he just steers it aside. But the face-off will move outside. Both teams with, Massena had a good chance, except nobody was in front, and a long shot by Oswego.
A long shot that Luca Richards has got to come out on those long shots. On the other end, Josh Bamberg got knocked into McRae and knocked him flat. The Oswego net wide open.
Off the draw. Puck banged by Mike Lapointe. Back in the Oswego zone. Back after it there is Jeremy Knoop. Knoop, one of the defensemen on the second pairing. Puck in front. They jam at it. Is the puck in the net? No, it's not. Good save by goaltender McRae. And Massena arguing a little bit, but it's not going to be a goal.
Les Pribble, a golden opportunity from about 15 feet out, just at the halfway down the dot on the left of McRae, but he fired it right at him, and Big John McRae came up with a save.
Face off inside Buccaneer territory. Raiders, Mike Lapointe takes the draw. Puck sits in the circle. Picked up by Blaze. His shot is blocked. Gets it back. Another shot. Knocked down in front. Pribble shot. Bangs at it. Score! Les Pribble! And Massena goes out on top by a score of 1-0.
They say perseverance pays off, and it certainly paid off for Les Pribble. Parked off just off the goal crease to the left of McRae, and he's on his forehand side, hammering away. Just prior to that, Brendan Culver, the defenseman, made a great save on a wide open net, but the Raiders gained control of the puck. Shot that McRae made the save, made the second save, but again, Pribble pounding away at it, was able to knock it through, and no one picked him up, and the Raiders jump on top early.
Well, they give the credit for the goal to Lapointe. I don't believe it, but it's going to be what the goal reads. Mike Lapointe. I thought Pribble was the guy banging away at it right in the side of the net. It doesn't matter. It's a goal for Massena, and the Raiders lead it 1-0 early in the game. 13:45 left in the first period as that second line continues to play very well for Massena.
Again, and the official, John Ross, right on the spot. Good position. Called it immediately.
Off the draw. Dion dumps it in the corner. Oswego zone. Back after it. Puck goes in the corner. Bounces right in front. Pribble again with a shot. Deflected shot. Nice save. And a big save by goaltender McRae as a golden opportunity for Massena's Adam Blaze on the backhand.
Oh, Adam Blaze had counted that one. I had counted it also. Just about everybody in the house. Pribble took the shot. Blaze picked up the rebound. McRae's flat on his tummy, and Blaze goes around him. He's got the wide open net. All he had to do was get it up, and somehow McRae came across with a stick and made the save. Just an outstanding save by John McRae.
Seth Service will take the face-off for Massena now. Off the draw. The puck bounces back to the blue line. The Buccaneers move it down the ice. Frank Joy after it. Joy being forechecked by O'Neill. Moves it to the blue line, but not out of the zone. But Jamie Courier is going to move it ahead. Headman pass to O'Shea. O'Shea to service. 2-on-1. Actually a 3-on-1. Pass to the crowd. O'Shea. Big save again by the goaltender. And the puck back to the blue line. Here's a drive. It bounces in the slot. And finally it's back out by the blue line and it's dumped by the Buccaneers back in the Massena zone. Golden opportunity as the icing is called on the Buccaneers. The Raiders all over Oswego at this early juncture.
Oh, all over like peanut butter on bread. I'll tell you, the Oswego defense, they're just standing around. The shots come from every direction, and McRae has just left defenseless down there. Instead of knocking somebody down or trying to clear somebody out, they're all fishing for the puck. And I'll tell you, Coach Sears is making quick changes. They've got to get this club settled down before they get run out of here in a hurry.
Converse out there to take the draw again. He'll face off against Bashaw. Now they're going to toss Bashaw from the circle and Leduc. Bashaw, Leduc, and Grimshaw. Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Corey David throws the check. Puck bounces free. Picked up by the Buccaneers as they start to move it ahead. That's Grimshaw. He pokes it out to neutral ice. Dion is there to dump it right back in the zone. Back into the corner. After it is Mikalski. Mikalski picks it up behind his own net for the Buccaneers. Starts out left side. Mikalski flips it out to neutral ice. P.J. Rochfort's there to dump it right back in the zone. Massena has to get onside. The Buccaneers try to control. Comes to David. David slides it through. In front, it's Spanberg. He can't get the shot. David fired it just wide. And the net's knocked off its moorings as Spanberg is bounced into the net, and he's getting up slowly. And he's being helped by Converse. He's okay. The goaltender is down, and the net's knocked off its moorings, and that puck just missed the net by about an inch. And we have a stoppage in play here. We'll tell you with 12:30 left to go in the first period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Massena leads Oswego 1-0, and they're flying out there.
They're flying, and we mentioned about that defense, and just a huge turnover by big number 18, Ben McCloskey, who's a senior, big 5'10", 195-pound senior, just coughed it up inside his blue line. The Raiders went in, Spanberg and David, and again, how David missed that wide-open short side, but he backhanded one about an inch too wide, and the Buccaneers having all kinds of problems in this early going. That goal, Mike LaPointe's 22nd of the year, Les Pribble and Mike Dion coming at the 1:08 mark of the first period, and the Raider forecheck is on fire.
Face-off. It'll be Eric Cole taking it. Cole out there with Lee and Donabella. Massena wins the draw. Kerwin, his pass intercepted. And here comes Oswego back the other way. That's Mark Donabella. Centers it right in front. The backhander saved by Luca Richards. Richards flips it into the corner. First good chance for Oswego. And Richards comes up big on an errant defensive cross-ice pass by Massena. Sometimes when things go too easy too early, you get a little sloppy. And that's what happened right there. Massena looking to clear. Still haven't managed to clear it yet. It bounces right on, and Richards, well, actually was side of the net. Richard gloves it and holds on for the faceoff, and we'll get the Adam Blaze line out there. Still 1-0 Massena with 11:58 left in the first period. A packed house here at the Massena Arena.
Those blind telegraph passes from D to D can be fatal, and the Oswego forward, Eric Cole, read it, jumped up, intercepted the Raider pass from one side to the other, and he and Donabella, on a 2-on-1, and Donabella held it just a little too long. It didn't give Cole time enough.
Off the face-off, puck comes to Dion. He loses it side of the net, bounces in front, but Blaze manages to bang it out toward the blue line. Into the corner, Dion flips ahead to Pribble to Blaze, and Massena breaks. Blaze gathers the puck in from the red line, dumps it deep in Oswego territory. Anarino in after it, in behind the net. He's bodies LaPointe out of the play, and the Buccaneers move it out to center ice. Bounce pass into the Massena zone, now banged right back out. Back into the zone. Delay offsides called on the Buccaneers. Massena clears. Headman pass to Pribble. Pribble busts down the left wing, just dumps it in the zone. Massena wants a line change. Here comes Oswego, and they just ice the puck down the ice, and the whistle will blow, and we'll have a face-off back in Buccaneer territory. 11:15 remaining in the first period. Corky's Collision scoreboard says 1-0 Massena on a goal by Mike LaPointe.
Huge collision by Anarino and Mike LaPointe, probably 7-2 on the Richter scale, just inside the Oswego blue line. I'll tell you, they both went down, but hard check.
Service will take the face-off against Bashaw. Face-off inside Oswego territory to the left of goaltender John McRae. Seth Service out there with O'Shea and Courier for Massena. Off the draw. Puck sits in the circle. Banging at it, goes side of the net. Service in after it, behind the net, has it knocked away. Bouncing puck comes to the blue line, dumped right back in, but Massena would be offsides. They have to clear the zone as Jeremy Canuck picks up the puck. His centering pass goes all the way to the Massena line. Dumped in the zone. Kerwin trying to come up with a puck. They center in front. Here's the shot. Save made by Luca Richards. Puck out by the blue line. Kept in by the Buccaneers. They dump it in the corner. Bouncing after it. His service just moves it out to the neutral zone. Picked up there by Vashaw. Vashaw skates it back to his own blue line. Flips it ahead, intercepted, and dumped by O'Shea right on. And McRae stops that. Leaves it side of the net for his defenseman Michalski. Michalski flips it in the corner. O'Shea in after it. He gets checked. The puck bounces free. Service in there digging for it. Rips around the boards. Dion pinches in left corner. Flips it in behind the net again. Here's Service after it. Can't control it. Picked up by Canuck. Canuck dumps it down the ice. Another icing will be called against the Buccaneers and move the faceoff back inside their territory.
Good save by Luca Richards. Andy Grimshaw, number 19, and Matt Vashaw teamed up with a nice little pass. Grimshaw, nice little diagonal back pass to Vashaw. Got off a quick shot going for the far corner, and Richards had to be quick on it. That's their big line, Vashaw, Grimshaw, and Leduc for Oswego.
Off the faceoff, Massena with their big line out there, the Converse line. Back to the blue line. It comes to Converse now, side in behind. Trying to flip it around. Spamberg, wraparound attempt. The shot, Corey David rather, and the save is made, and a good one by McRae. As David came from McRae's left and almost tucked it by him, but he got back and covered the corner in time.
Corey David could have, we played less than 5 minutes, could have had 3 goals so far. He's shaking his head. He can't believe. McRae's looking to his right. He leaves the near side wide open, and I don't know how Corey David wasn't able to tuck that one in the short side. He came from behind the net, but McRae got the pad over just in time.
Converse will take the faceoff. Off the draw. Puck sits in the circle. David with it. Makes a nice move, then has it knocked away. And the Buccaneers break it out of there. That's Eric Cole. Gets by the check. David bodies him into the boards. Now P.J. Rochford throws a check and takes the puck. Rips it around on the other side. Oswego pinching in, keeping it in. Spamberg has it. Here comes Josh now. Skates it. Flips it ahead for Dion. Dion. Headman pass to Converse, goes by him. Now Corey David tries to chase it down, but getting there first is Elliott, the big defenseman. David takes him into the boards. The puck bounces free, comes to Converse. He gets knocked down. They jam for it, and finally Elliott's going to come up with it. Nate Elliott rips it out. They got a man breaking, but getting back is Frank Joy. Throws a check. The puck sits at the blue line. Here's a chance in front, and a save made by Luca Richards. Puck along the boards, comes to Spamberg. He just bangs it out to neutral ice. Dumped right back in the Massena zone. Here's Joy again with it. Cross ice pass. It goes to Ryan Kerwin. Back to Joy. Joy kind of has a problem with it. Has to circle back. Finally gets it to Adam Blaze. Blaze knocked away from him. Picked up by Cole back in the Massena zone. He loses it. Comes back out to neutral ice. Dumped back in. Picked up by Joy. Joy skates in behind his own net now. Starts out left side. Frank Joy with it. Headman pass. Goes to Lapointe. Knocked away from Lapointe. There's an offsides though. And the puck comes to Joy. He dumps it down the ice. That'll be icing against Massena. No, they wave it off. And the puck goes in behind the net. Racing in after it, Pribble throws the check. The puck squirts free. Oswego tries to control, bounces out to neutral ice. P.J. Rochford over to Dion. Dion knocked into the boards. Puck comes free. Pribble flips it in the zone. Back out again to the Massena line. Picked up by P.J. Rochford. Rochford waits, flips it ahead, and it goes to Service. Service skates in after it. And goaltender out of his net to play it, McRae, and he rips it around the boards as Massena's in the middle of a line change. Rochford pinches in, dumps it in behind the net again. Picked up there by DeSantis. DeSantis flips over on the other side for Anarino. Knocked away from him by O'Shea. Now Service comes in, takes a check, gets the puck free, back to the blue line. PJ can't keep it in. Here's Rochford. Dump pass. Goes to Dion. Dion from the red line. Flips ahead to Service to O'Shea. O'Shea pokes it by. He gets railed. And the puck bounces free. Controlled by Oswego. They don't clear the zone. Here's Rochford flipping it in the zone. Right on. And the save is made by McRae, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. Oswego likes to play the physical game.
Yeah, they're a young club, Jerry. They've got, I think, 8 sophomores in this starting units for the Buccaneers, 1 freshman. So it's veterans versus the rookies here, but they're getting adjusted. They were a little shaky the first few minutes, but they've kind of got their legs and are right back into this game. Down 1-0, but looking a little more like the Oswego club we expected.
Off the faceoff. Service out there to the blue line. Joy fakes a shot, flips it in the corner. Picked up by Knoop, the defenseman. Around the boards, O'Shea steps in front of it, trying to motor it 3. It's knocked away and out to center ice. Kerwin throws a check. Joy picks up the puck off the boards to the Oswego line. They bang at it there. Picked up, and it's controlled by Oswego's Bashaw. Bashaw into the Massena zone, flips it right in front. Back to the blue line it goes. Here's Knoop. His shot knocked down. Courier picks up the loose puck. Looks for O'Shea breaking. Here comes Timmy O'Shea in the zone. He's got 3 guys on him. Finally, the puck knocked away. And back out to neutral ice it comes. Here come the Buccaneers losing the puck in the Massena zone. Spanberg dumps it right back out. Here comes Converse, steps by a check. Here's Converse, flips it in the zone. Didn't see Corey David. Puck bounces in front of the net. Cleared around the boards. David steps in front. Centering pass knocked down. In the corner, Corey David with it. He gets upended behind the net. The puck comes free, picked up by the defense. Spanberg takes it away. Rips it in behind away again. David digging for it, but Mikowski comes up with it. Around the boards and up into the stands it goes, and we'll have a face-off in the Oswego zone. 6:32 left in the first period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 1-0 Massena, goal by Mike Lapointe.
Oswego going with 3 lines tonight. Through the course of the year, the course of the season, they've gone with 4 lines, but due to injuries and illness, they're down to just 10 forwards, so they're skating 3 lines tonight. We mentioned the Vashon line, but that Lee, Cole, and Donabella also is a big line, probably the most productive point-wise for the Oswego club.
And they're out there right now against the Converse line. Off the face-off, puck right back up into the stands again. We'll do it all over with 6:28 left and Massena leading 1-0. An early goal, but the game has settled down since then. Massena had a couple of great chances right after the goal, but couldn't convert. And since then, Oswego's played a lot better.
And that freshman is number 8. He's out there. That's Donabella with 19 goals.
Off the face-off, puck cleared. Out to neutral ice, dumped right back in, and it goes back up into the stands. And we'll face it off this time outside the zone.
Coach Sears, we always like to get in the plug for his hometown, Lake Placid, New York. Graduated from Lake Placid High School in 1967 and from Oswego State University in 1971.
Cole takes the face-off. He wins the draw. Lakers move it out to neutral ice. Picked up there by P.J. Rochford, dumps it back in. It's knocked down, and they whistle it dead for a hand pass as the defenseman Nate Elliott knocked it down and then slid it over to his partner with a hand.
Packed house here tonight. A good contingent from Oswego on the far side. Signs hanging up. I like to see this along the glass. All kinds of handmade signs and big banners made of sheets. Really nice.
Off the face-off. Puck dumped the Oswego zone. Culver after. He fell down. Pribble picks it up, centers it right across the goal mouth, and nobody there for Massena. Now skating with it. Here come the Buccaneers. Keep wanting to call them the Lakers. That's what the college team is known as, but it's the Buccaneers. That's Cole with it. Knocked away. Comes to Lapointe. Lapointe trying to flip it ahead. Bounced away from him, too. The puck comes into the Massena zone. Back out again. Back in on the pass, and Frank Joy has it. Flips it ahead for Blaze. Knocked away. Now Mike Lapointe steals it in the zone, flips it to Pribble. Pribble busts in, gets the shot right across the goal mouth. I see his stick was lifted, didn't get much on it. Back to the blue line, and Kerwin can't keep it in the zone. We got a foot race for it. Joy gets there first, shovels it ahead for Blaze. He dumps it in the zone. Picked up there by the Buccaneers, and they dump it out. Massena dumps it right back in the zone. Raiders make a line change. Service is line out there. Service trying to come up with the puck. Nate Elliott is there. Rips it around the boards. P.J. Rochford picks it up in the neutral zone. Headman pass to Courier. Gets by him. Picked up there by Ferguson. Flips it back out to neutral ice. Rochford is there. Trying to ride it in the zone. It's backhanded in the zone by O'Shea. In behind the net, Anarino moves it around the boards. Kept in by Dion. His shot is deflected up into the wall. And that was deflected actually by 2 players, one by Massena, Seth Service, and by Nate Elliott, the Laker defenseman. And as a result, the faceoff will be inside the Buccaneer territory. We're down to 4:51 left in the first period. Raiders lead it 1-0 on the Corky scoreboard.
Last thing you tell your defense, don't lose the puck just inside your blue line. Just dump it out over the zone. And number 6, Brandon Culver, grievous turnover. Mike Lapointe stripped him of him, created a great scoring opportunity.
Off the faceoff, here comes Leduc. And he has knocked off the puck. It trickles into the Massena zone. Mike Dion picks it up. Here comes Dion. Bounces it out to center ice. Dumped right back in again by the Buccaneers. P.J. Rochford gathers it in, looks up ice, bangs it off the boards, and that's going to trickle right in on goaltender McCrane. He'll have to make the stop and leave it for his defenseman Anarino. Trying to move it out of the zone. Massena almost intercepted, but now here come the Bucks to the Massena line. Rochford's there to break it up, and he kind of tomahawks it up into the Massena bench. So we'll have a face-off with 4:19 left in the first period and a 1-0 Massena lead.
Some common opponents these two clubs face each this year. Greece was one. The Oswego team beat them twice. Massena beat Greece once this year. Potsdam beat Oswego down the Saratoga tournament early in the year 5-2. And I think Rome was a common opponent also.
That's right. In Rome, they split. Well, actually, they won 2 against Rome and lost 1. They split during the regular season. Off the faceoff, puck in the Massena zone. Converse to Spanberg. Spanberg skates it. Here comes Spanberg across the blue line to David, trying to bust in, and it's knocked away. Spanberg gets it back to David in front, back to Spanberg in front, and the shot right on. Save made, and actually I think Converse got a piece of that before Josh could put the stick on it. The Buccaneers dump it. That'll be icing call. Now wait a minute. A penalty or icing? No, it's going to be a penalty against Massena, I believe.
And it happened behind the play. I didn't see it. Referee Brian Groh, it's going to be a tripping call against Captain Josh Spanberg. The first penalty of the game with 3:49 left in the first period. And Oswego Buccaneers on the power play. We'll see how they, I'm not sure what kind of stats they've had on the power play this year. The Raiders being very successful on penalty killing, allowing the opposition just about 1 goal in every 10 opportunities. So that's 90.5 success rate.
You're going to see Vashaw, Leduc, and Grimshaw out there. Adam Blaze will take the face-off from Massena, wins the draw to Corey David. David backhands it down the ice. Also out there on defense, it'll be Nate Elliott. And moving back to play the point, Eric Cole playing the other point. Let's see here. It's going to be Joy and Kerwin at the point, so long as we mentioned Blaze and Corey David. David whacks at it again. Flips it back the Oswego zone. They try to move it ahead. Knocked away. Comes back to neutral ice. Finally comes to the Massena line, and the Buccaneers take it in. That's Grimshaw. Grimshaw in the corner. Joy takes him into the boards. Vashaw in after it. Rips it around the boards. Trying to get it back to Cole at the blue line. He's knocked off the puck by Adam Blaze. The puck sits there. Finally, it squirts free. They try to move it in front. It's going to come to Richards, and he bangs it in behind the net. Puck goes to Kerwin. Kerwin just looks to tie it up behind the net. Waste a little time. It's finally poked free. Adam Blaze comes up with it. Bangs it ahead, doesn't get it out of the zone. Puck's back in the corner. Now it's Kerwin. He's got a lot of time. Waits. Now he circles back the other way. He's going to go to Joy. Didn't have much room. That's why he waited. Joy will bang it down the ice. And a heads-up play by Kerwin. Everybody said, oh, no. But actually, he was smart because there was a lot of traffic on the other side. 20 seconds left in the power play. The Buccaneers move it out. Oh, big check thrown by P.J. Rochford. And they're going to call a penalty on Massena. And Oswego has the puck out by the blue line. They try to move it around. That's Cole with it. Cole drops it back out to the point. It goes around the horn. In front the shot. Save made. Rebound. Sits in front. They score. And that's going to be Cole getting the goal. And Oswego has tied it up on a delay penalty. The other penalty had elapsed, so that means that'll knock out the second penalty.
Yeah, and I'm sure it was going to be an interference call against Massena when they put the lumber, or they put a good lick on, I think, Andy Grimshaw just outside the Oswego blue line. I think it would have been a good call, but that's all by the boards because the Oswego club has tied it up. A lot of action around the Massena net, and number 24, Eric Cole, will get the goal. He found himself standing just off to Luca Richards' left, and Richards had made a couple of saves, and the puck on the second save came across the crease, and Cole, no one around him, just kind of fished it in from a wide open left side of that net, and this game is tied 1-1 with 2:18 left in the first period.
1-1 tie hockey game.
Even 2 seconds.
And they just were checking to make sure, but it was 2 seconds after the first penalty had elapsed. So the delay penalty, and they're going to check the time just to make sure, but it was 2 seconds. Our statistician up here says 2 seconds, and so that's the case.
It won't go as a power play goal,
No,
but in all essence it was because Josh Spanberg did not have time to get back in the play.
12 minutes, 42 seconds.
So we're all tied up at a goal apiece. And no, like you say, it doesn't go down as a power play goal, but in effect it was. 2:18 left in the first period. We're all tied at a goal apiece. Massena and Oswego in this New York State Division I quarterfinal game here at the Massena Arena. Off the faceoff, Mike LaPointe with a puck. Flips it ahead for Pribble, gets it back again, skates it, goes by one, by two, flips it to Blaze, Blaze to Pribble, here's Pribble in the corner, centering the Blaze, goes in behind the net, a little bit too deep. Now he centers it right across the goal mouth, comes back to Dion, he whacks it, there's going to be a penalty on Oswego, and the Raiders will go on the power play as one of the Oswego defensemen interfered with the Massena forward in front of the net. I think that was Pribble that got leveled.
And it's definitely going to be an interference call. He did get leveled big time by the Oswego player, and I think that's number 11. We'll pick up the number as he comes across. I think it's Joe Anarino. He put a wrap on Les Pribble, who was trying to establish a position in front of the net. That goal at the 12:42 mark, Eric Cole picking up his 23rd of the year. Andy Grimshaw is going to pick up the assist, one assist. We'll see if there's another one. I think number 11 also, Anarino, is going to get one.
Off the faceoff, Massena on the power play. Oswego controls, though. That's Ferguson with it. LaPointe knocks the puck away. Gets tied up, then flips it to Corey David. David around the horn to Spanberg. Spanberg back to the point. Frank Joy. Joy back to Spanberg. Spanberg flips it to David in the corner. Corey with a puck now. Back to Spanberg. Knocked away. Comes back to the blue line. Joy keeps it in. Flips it in behind to Corey David. David has it knocked away. A bouncing puck. Flipped high and out to center ice. A very aggressive penalty kill by Oswego.
No question. I was going to comment on that. Very aggressive. They're right in the corner, right on top of the Raiders.
Here comes Josh Spanberg into the zone. Trying to step by the check. It's knocked away. And it's dumped down the ice again by the Buccaneers. Puck bounces. After Kerwin in behind the net, he picks up a forechecker, and it comes free. Kerwin leaves it for Spanberg. About 30 seconds left in the power play. Cross-ice pass by Spanberg to Joy, knocked away. Comes back in the zone. Corey David ran into the official trying to come up with it. He takes his man into the boards. The puck's still there. Now Spanberg gets a whack at it. Joy pinches in, flips it into David. David back to Joy at the point. Joy flips to Spanberg. Spanberg centers it, knocked away. Goes back into the corner. They wrap at it, down the ice it goes. With 10 seconds left in the period, in the penalty. Under a minute left in the period, 1-1 tie hockey game. Here's Joy with it. Joy's headman pass. Adam Blaze, penalty as he lapsed. Here comes Blaze, and he got tripped up by the guy coming out of the penalty box. Now the puck is knocked down in neutral ice. 20 seconds left, dumped in the Massena zone. Joy after it, in behind the net, flips it around the boards. The Lakers pick it up, try to move it to the blue line. Here's a drive. It's blocked by Blaze. He's got time. He's got a partial breakaway. Here comes Blaze, gets the shot off, and there's going to be a penalty as he got tripped up. He got the shot off, and I think goaltender McRae made a great save.
He did make a great save, and the two big defensemen, Elliott and Kanoop, coming back, both of them laboring, and we'll see who's going to pick up the penalty. It's going to be Kanoop that's going to get it. He could have called out on either one of them, but Adam Blaze broke away free and clear from between the red line and the blue line, and just a great job of those two big defensemen to get back to harass him. But Blaze did get the shot off, and going top side, right-hand side, and McRae, I don't know how, but he came up with a blocker and made a great save to prevent the Raiders from going ahead 2-1. But they'll go back in the power play, but it's going to have to be a little more successful than that previous one. Oswego did an outstanding job killing that last penalty, as you mentioned, a very aggressive penalty-killing defense by Oswego, right on top of the Raiders, didn't give them a chance to breathe.
7 seconds left in the period, a 1-1 tie hockey game. Blaze will take the draw from Massena. He'll face off against Elliott, the defenseman. Off the draw, Massena wins it. LaPointe, his shot! Oh, just wide with 3 seconds left. I don't think they'll get another chance. It comes out by the blue line as the buzzer sounds. So Massena got an opportunity, but it was just wide on the shot by LaPointe. And the first period ends. Excellent period of hockey. It's a tie hockey game, 1-1 after one period. Our broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling, East Orvis Street in Massena. Also by GM Powertrain in Massena. Also by Village Engraver, 80 Parker Avenue in Massena. By Walsh Equipment at 50 Burney Avenue in Massena. By Alcoa, Massena Operations, the men and women of Alcoa. Also by Massena Travel, 199 East Orvis Street in Massena. By Charlie's Tavern at 181 Park Avenue in Massena. Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant. Working together, their quality shines through. By K&S Studio. Give Ben a call at 769-2110 for your softball uniform needs. By the members of the CECOM Federal Credit Union, 30 Stern Street in Massena. And a tie hockey game after one period. Massena Oswego in a good first period.
An outstanding, entertaining, I'll say, put it not outstanding, but a very entertaining first period. Both clubs, Oswego coming out of the gate slow, rather slow. The Raiders coming out like a thoroughbred all over Oswego. Had them back on their heels and got the first goal at the 1:08 mark. A shot from the point. Mike Dion got one through traffic, and McRae made the save, and then there was just a wild scramble. You and I both called Pribble on the goal, but the official had Mike Lapointe, and he was parked just off of to the left of Pribble, and he kept hammering away, and somehow he found an opening. I'm not sure if it went through the 5-hole or went to the far side, but the Raiders on the board first early on. After about 5 or 6 minutes, the Oswego club finally got their legs, start to take the attack. It was back and forth. It wasn't one-sided then, and they finally tied it up. It wasn't a power play. The penalty had just, Captain Josh Bamberg was in the penalty box for interference, tripping at the 11-11, and the penalty had just expired, so it doesn't go as a power play, but Oswego had gained the zone, and all kinds of traffic around in front of goaltender Luca Richards. He had made a couple initial saves. The shots coming from his right, made the save. The rebound came across the crease and parked just off to Richards' left was big number Eric Cole, and he's the leading goal scorer for this Oswego High School club, and he got his 23rd goal of the year with Andy Grimshaw picking up the assist, and that's at the 12:42, and that was it for the scoring in the first period.
Couple of penalties in the period, actually 3 of them. Massena picking up a penalty at a 1:11. Make that 11-11. Josh Spanberg for tripping. He was just getting out, just 2 seconds out of the box when Oswego scored their goal, and there was a delay call. Of course, the goal nullified that. Oswego picking up 2 in a row at 12:59. Joe Anarino for interference, and then at 14:53, Jeremy Knoop for, I believe that was interference, no, tripping right in front of the net. So Massena has a minute 23 to try to get their power play going when we start the second period. Saves in the period for Oswego goaltender John McRae. He had 11, several of them spectacular. And for Massena goaltender Luca Richards, steady with 5 saves. So Massena outshooting Oswego at this juncture 12-6. But pretty even game, and the scoreboard shows it.
Yeah, you mentioned 12-6, and the Adam Blaze line, Les Pribble and Mike Lapointe, led the way for the Raiders with 5 shots on goal in that period. The Jason Converse, Josh Bamberg, Corey David line with 3. And Corey David, I think if things would have been going his way in that first period, had at least 3 golden opportunities. He could have easily come out of that period with 3 goals. He missed a short side stuff that a wrapper came from behind the net. McRae looking to his right, and David's on his left. I still don't know how he got the leg across. Corey David missed a wide open net on a backhander, slid it wide, so he didn't get credited with a shot on goal, and then he had another glorious opportunity. And the Timmy O'Shea line had 2 shots on goal, and the defense also came up with 2. So that spreads the 12 shots for the Raiders, but a very entertaining first period of hockey.
And again, the winner of this game goes to Utica next weekend. They'll play in the 5 of
They have the offensive power to score 10 goals, and this it's a meaningless game there tonight. I guess that's why there's so many penalties, just trying to maybe pay back some some old debts. But we haven't had 10 goals scored here, and this one I think is going to be a nail-biter right down to that final whistle. Very, very exciting first period of hockey, and the Raiders defending the goal to our right, the west end, and the Oswego Buccaneers, the goal to our left. Oswego, of course, the visiting team wearing their road blue and white, primarily blue trimmed with white with the blue helmets, and the Raiders wearing their home white trimmed with red and royal.
And Massena will be on the power play here to start the period. Adam Blaze will be centering Corey David and Josh Spanberg. Lapointe plays the point along with Frank Joy. And Mike has the puck. Ahead to Joy. Joy to Spanberg. Back to Joy. Over to Lapointe. Lapointe at the red line. He's going to carry it in. Here's Lapointe taking it in the corner. Bounces it in behind the net for Spanberg. Spanberg back to Joy at the point. Knocked away. Down it goes into the Massena zone. Lapointe comes back after it. Cranks it off the glass to Joy. Knocked away. Puck comes bouncing out the other way, and Mike Lapointe will pick it up. Here's Lapointe with it. Takes it across. Sets up. Cross ice pass to Spanberg. Spanberg to Joy. Joy to LaPointe. Here's LaPointe. Back to Spanberg in front. He's got room. He shoots. And a save made by McRae. And that's what they're trying to do, is move the puck around like that. Puck in the corner. LaPointe with it. LaPointe flips it in the corner. Knocked away by the defenseman, Elliott. He dumps it out to neutral ice. At least the Raiders got a good chance this time on the power play, but a great save by McRae. Back out to neutral ice it comes. Spanberg has it knocked away, and it's dumped back in the Massena zone right on, and the save is made by goaltender Luca Richards. Raiders trying to move it out of the zone. It bounces off a leg, comes right back in. 12 seconds left in the power play. Joy skates it. Here's Joy looking up ice. Cross ice pass to Blaze too far. That'll be icing. And Adam tried to get a stick on it and couldn't. And the face-off moved back in the Massena zone with 4 seconds left in the power play. And again, the Buccaneers have killed it off.
Yeah, and Captain Josh Spanberg had the best scoring opportunity. In fact, it was an excellent scoring opportunity. The Raiders really tic-tac-toe that puck around when they gained the zone. That's what you have to do. We talked about that, and Spanberg found himself in possession right out in front, probably 20, 25 feet, and he ripped a wrist shot. And McRae either made the save or it hit him. He might have been screened, but either way, he kept it out of the net.
He did what he had to do. Off the face-off. Penalty has elapsed. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Bashaw's line against the service line. Massena breaks. O'Shea drops it to P.J. Rochford rushing. His quick wrist shot, the save made by goaltender McRae. Puck around the boards and out to neutral ice. Dump back in the zone, back out again. Oswego controls. Here comes their defenseman, Knoop. Flips it in the Massena zone. Rochford's there. Trying to bang it ahead. Knoop steps in front. But I think they called an offsides before. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Yeah, it was Knoop, 2 against 1. Seth Service and P.J. Rochford were taking turns playing tic-tac-toe with big Jeremy Knoop. But he's only a sophomore. He's a big one, a 5'11", 180 pounds.
Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard says 1-1, Massena Oswego.
Face-off coming outside the Raider blue line.
It'll be Cole taking the draw. Cole out there with Lee and Donabella against the Massena Converse line. Converse along with Spanberg and Corey David off the face-off. Converse flips it to David. He takes it across. Offsides. And Spanberg just got ahead of the play as Corey didn't have control of the puck and couldn't flip it ahead.
That's exactly right. And Spanberg did the right thing. He's breaking, and he expects his line mate to get him the puck, and he wanted to, but he didn't have control. And by the time he regained control, Spanberg was across the blue line.
Here's the face-off into the Oswego zone. Buccaneers control, move it out, back in again. Bounces in behind the net. Stopped by the goaltender, McRae. Corey David throws the check, centers the puck right in front, but nobody there but the defenseman. Or that's actually Cole, the big winger, and he comes up with a puck. Circles in front of his own net, flips it to the blue line, doesn't get it out. Converse keeps it in momentarily, but now it's bounced back out. Dumped right back into the Oswego blue line, back out again, back in again. Oswego controls, it's Lee, and he finally moves it ahead. Here comes Cole. Drive, the shot, and the save made, and up into the wall on the glove save by goaltender Luca Richards.
Eric Cole, again, one of those 8 sophomores that gets a regular shift out here. Real burst of speed down that left side. Good slap shot off, and Luca Richards with the big glove save. Little things department back the other way. Corey David put a real wrap on number 12, Mark DeSantis, and DeSantis coughed up the puck. That's a message for later down the road. We'll see what happens if he coughs it up again.
Face off in the Massena zone. Our attendance just about 1,500. That's outstanding. Here is Frank Joy off the draw to Pribble. Pribble gets bodied into the boards. Now Blaze comes in, throws the check. They all fight for the puck just out by the blue line. It bounces in front, but Ryan Kerwin is there to gather it in and move it ahead. To LaPointe, off the boards, trying to move it to Joy, bounce back out again. LaPointe drops it for Joy, waits for his wings, and then flips it in the zone. Bounces in behind the net, picked up there by Nate Elliott for Oswego. Around the boards it goes to Foley, doesn't clear. Here's a shot, knocked down, comes right back to Kerwin. He kicks it into the corner, gets it back again, it's poked away, and that should be icing. No, they wave it off, and Massena's Joy comes back after it in his own end. Here's Joy, skates it in front of his net, flips it over to Kerwin. Kerwin trying to move it out, poke checked away. Joy has to come back after it. He rips it around the boards, goes to Pribble. Pribble moves it for Blaze and pokes it out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Grimshaw. Here's Grimshaw. takes it to the blue line, knocked away from him at the blue line, dumped back in the zone, bounces in behind the net. Frank Joy after it. Joy flips it to Kerwin. Kerwin gets knocked down from behind. The puck comes to LaPointe. Mike tries to move it out, knocked away, gets it back again, flips it to the blue line, kept in. Here's the drive through traffic, save made, and the puck's underneath Luca Richards. He'll hold on for the faceoff.
Just a great shift by that line of Andy Grimshaw, Matt Bashaw, and Jared Leduc with their forechecking system all over the Raiders. Massena having trouble clearing the zone, and Luca Richards elects to hold on, says we need a face-off. We need to get a line change out here, and Coach Tim Long making a wholesale change, changing all 5 Raider players.
Seth Service will take the draw now. He'll face off against Keith Lee. Lee out there with Cole and Donabella. Off the face-off, puck in behind. P.J. Rochford with it. Rips it around to Dion. Dion ahead to Courier. Tries to drop it back to Dion. He'll go the other side. Here's Rochford. Head man pass to Service. Service to O'Shea. Drops it back in behind the net. And Dion waved at it and missed it. The puck bounces free, though. Raiders move it toward the blue line. Dump back in the corner. Rochford waves at it, can't come up with it. Around on the other side, Rochford throws a check. The puck comes free. They try to clear the zone and still don't clear it. Big forecheck by Oswego. Here's Rochford with it. Skates it ahead and finally bangs it out to neutral ice to O'Shea. Here's O'Shea back the other way. Trying to go to Service. Busts through his shot. Save, rebound, O'Shea, and he can't get the shot off. And the save is made, and back out comes Oswego to the blue line. Bouncing puck dumped right back in the zone as Courier and the Oswego player get mixed up and wrapped up. And there's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be on Courier as he hit the last shot. And that's what they're going to call. And Oswego still has the puck in the zone. Finally, Massena touches it.
Yeah, and the crowd's booing, but no, that's a good call by referee Joe Ross. He allowed the 2 players. He allowed Jamie Courier and the Oswego player. They took each other down once, twice. He wasn't going to call anything, but when Jamie Courier got up, he punched the Oswego player in the head, and that you just can't allow. And no, it's a good call. The fans are upset about it, but you just can't retaliate. That's when you have to become really disciplined. There's too much on the line for this game, and you can't pull that stuff. And
especially when they're letting them play like
they're letting them play, and the official did. He gave them plenty of rope, plenty of leeway, and Jamie just took too much.
Off the face-off, Massena killing a penalty here. It's Corey David, Josh Spanberg, Frank Joy, and Ryan Kerwin out there to try to kill it off. The puck in the Oswego zone. Cole, nice move. Gets by the forecheck, takes it across. Here's Cole dropping it to the blue line. Spanberg steals it, doesn't clear the zone. Bangs at it, finally comes out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Ferguson. Ferguson trying to drop the pass through to Bashaw. He dumps into the Massena zone. Joy picks it up, dumps it right back out. Did it? No, it didn't go out. And the puck goes in the corner. And they try to center in front. They got a man in front, and it's underneath the goalie. Oh, boy, that was Massena had a chance to clear it. I think they hit their own guy with a clearing pass.
I'll tell you, Luca Richards came up really big on that one. He just simply robbed Andrino that time, or Phil Carroll, one of the two, because Cole dug the puck out of behind the net to the right of Luca Richards, and he threw it out in the slot. And he surprised the Massena defenseman, and he surprised both the blue shirts were out there. But I think it was Andrino who got his stick on it and reamed one, and somehow Richards came up big.
Off the face-off. Puck out by the blue line, poked away by LaPointe, and down the ice it goes. After it is Elliott. Elliott skates in, pokes it free as he's got LaPointe, and LaPointe checks him. Puck bounces free, and here comes Cole again. He's got a nifty little move, and he's beat a couple of Massena players with it. Across the blue line, here's a shot. Richards makes a save. Dion flips it in the corner. Puck around the boards. It's stolen away by Blaze. Blaze just flips it into the zone. After LaPointe. LaPointe can't come up with it. Back out to neutral ice. Now LaPointe gets knocked down. And there's a whistle. And there's going to be a penalty on Oswego. The crowd called that one.
Well, he's going to call hooking. He put the clutch on him right down in front of the bench. The crowd might have had some help, but Mike LaPointe took a big, I'm not going to say a big dive, but big number 22. That's Nate Elliott, and he's a big one. He's 6'2", 205. He nailed Mike LaPointe. He went flying, and the crowd got into it, and the official made the call. The Raiders, within 23 seconds, will be on the power play. Luka Richards really coming up big here in this second period.
Off the face-off. Controlled by the Buccaneers. They backhand it to the Massena line. Dion flips it down the ice. That'll be icing against Massena. No, they wave it off. I'll tell you, these two officials are really letting them play, aren't they? Don't want too many whistles. Puck around the boards. Corey David in digging for it with Spanberg. David comes up with a puck. Gets a shot off. It's blocked. Gets another shot off. Save made. Puck poke check to the blue line. Kept in by Rochford momentarily. He bangs it right back in again. Now David digging for it. He gets tied up but stays with it. Now he's got two guys on him. The puck's still free in the corner. David still digging for it. The bouncing puck comes around the boards. And into the corner, they look to center. And David comes up with it. Can't get the shot off. It bounces in behind. Play a little ragged here. Massena on the power play. Comes to LaPointe. Winds up his shot. Deflected right on. Save made by McRae. They cleared around the boards. Here's LaPointe again. Gets by one. Gets by another one. Has it knocked away. And it bounces out to neutral ice. And trickles back in the Massena zone. Massena with 25 seconds left on the power play. Around the boards and out to neutral ice. Here comes Spanberg. Winds up, fakes the shot, flips it to LaPointe, knocked away. And the Buccaneers move it out to neutral ice. Blaze picks it up, flips it through, intercepted, and dumped right back in the Massena zone. Stopped in behind the net. It goes to Joy. Joy flips it. Has it go to Kerwin, and then Kerwin gets knocked down, but Joy comes up with it. Moves it to Pribble. Here comes Pribble. Penalty as he lapsed. Back to 5-on-5. Pribble in behind, loses the puck off the end of his stick, stays after it, but it's going to be controlled by Nate Elliott. And Elliott flips it. They're going to have a man breaking. Joy tries to get back, and he ties the guy up. There's going to be a penalty. And the net's knocked off its moorings.
And Oswego's yelling for a penalty shot, Coach Sears, and he might have some justification. We'll wait and see. I don't think he's going to call. He's going to call a hooking call, but they're not going to get the penalty shot. But they've got a good case, I'll tell you. I think it was number 19, Grimshaw, got in behind the Raider defense. It looked like Oswego was just clearing the puck from their own end, and maybe the defenseman was. Maybe he saw Grimshaw. He flipped the puck high in the air, and it bounced in behind both Raider defensemen. And Grimshaw got in behind, and he was hauled down by the Raider defenseman. And they're yelling. I think it's Captain Frankie Joy is going to get the penalty. Oswego's yelling for a penalty shot because I don't think Grimshaw got the shot off. So again, they have some justification, but too tight of a game. No penalty shot. The Raiders are going to go on a power play.
Bashaw comes out the center, this power play unit. Cole on one wing, Donabella on the other, off the draw, out top of the slot, and the shot goes wide in the corner. Bounces in behind the net. Dion trying to tie it up, bounces in front. It's high in the air, and they still whack at it, and finally coming out of his net to grab a hold of it is Luka Richards.
What Luka has to do on that situation, maybe he should have done it earlier, is grab that puck, Massena, a little out of position down there, get that face off, get straightened around. He was trying to knock it, bat it with his stick and missed it on two occasions. Finally, he was able to corral it.
1-1 tie on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Oswego on the power play, off the faceoff. Service, who's out to kill. He wins the draw, takes it in the corner, looks to waste a little time. Dipsy doodles with it, trying to get by the check and does. He's got it. Here's Service, has it knocked away. Oswego controls in the corner. It's poked by Service to the blue line and out to center ice. Good job penalty killing by Seth Service. Here comes Jamie Courier after it in the corner. Comes up with the puck. Courier wasting time, gets knocked down. The puck bounces free, and back out to center ice is Donabella. Headman pass goes to Cole, poked away at the blue line, back out to neutral ice. That time the move didn't work. Big check thrown there by Courier. Here comes Oswego back the other way. Across the blue line, knocked down. They control it in front, and it's knocked away. Big, long reach by P.J. Rochford. He dumps it down the ice with about 25 seconds left in the power play. Coming back after it, Nate Elliott. Elliott takes it behind his own net, starts it out. Long headman pass, knocked down by Grimshaw. Grimshaw takes it across. Drop pass to Cole. He breaks in the shot. The save aid goes high over the net. Richards is out of the play. Another shot goes just wide, and the puck comes into the corner. Bounces free. Great move by Cole. Oh, my goodness, he's a hockey player. Puck still. It's Cole again. This time it's taken away by Kerwin. Penalty is elapsed. Massena trying to get that man back in, and they do. Spanberg picks up the puck. Flips it to the blue line. David pokes at it, doesn't clear the zone. It bounces right on. The save made by goaltender Luca Richards. He leaves it for Dion. Headman pass bounces by everybody. That'll be an icing call. And Massena dodged about 3 bullets that time.
About 3 bullets, a great save stuck in there. And you mentioned number 24, Eric Cole, only a sophomore, but he's a blue chipper. He just darted right in between the Raider defense and went to the backhand. And I think Richards got a piece of it. And the puck ended up on top of the net, bounced off. He went in behind, picked it up, slid it out in front to number 19, Andy Grimshaw. And he had Richards down. Grimshaw going for the top corner on the far side. Somehow, Richards got the arm up there and made the save.
Face off in the Massena zone. 1-1 tie hockey game. Off the draw, puck goes in behind the net. Comes to P.J. Rochford. Rochford rips it around to Joy. Joy skates it ahead. Here comes Frank Joy looking up ice. Flips it along the boards to Pribble. Pribble in the corner. Offsides will be called. That was close.
I'll tell you, we've got 1,498 fans in here, and they are being treated to a very, very exciting hockey game. I'll tell you, if you're not excited about this one, you better check your pulse because something's wrong.
5:04 left to go. Period number 2, 1-1 tie hockey game on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Adam Blaze out there with LaPointe and Pribble, Joy, and Rochford. And it's going to be taking the face-off Grimshaw off the draw. Puck controlled by the Oswego defense. They move it out. Rochford's there, overskates, turns around, gets knocked off the puck. The puck sits there right at the red line. Finally comes free to LaPointe. He flips it ahead. It's intercepted by Leduc. LaPointe steals from him. Here comes Mike LaPointe. Does a dips. He gets a shot off. And the save is made by goaltender McRae. Back to LaPointe. Here's a shot. Score! Frank Joy! And Massena goes ahead 2-1 as Joy got the quick shot off. McRae didn't even see it. He had a guy in front of him. And the Raiders take a 2-1 lead.
John McRae never saw that at all, as you mentioned. Frankie Joy, a puck coming around the dasher. Back to Joy. Oswego looks like they were going to leave the zone, but Joy kept it in and fired that long shot, a 55-footer. He just wanted to get rid of it, and there was traffic in front, a blue shirt and a white shirt. McRae never saw it. It might have even hit something in front and tucked in that short side. Just prior to that, one of the hardest checks of the night, number 10, Jared Leduc, just simply leveled number 7, Mike LaPointe. And I think all eyes were riveted on those two. But the Raiders, with 4:43 left in the period, go up 2-1.
Off the face-off. Massena controls. Here's Joy ahead to Blaze. He just flips it into the corner. Racing in after it is DeSantis. Loses. In front the shot. LaPointe the rebound. Another shot. Big saves. 2 of them by McRae.
Oh, that's highway robbery. He robbed Adam Blaze and Les Pribble. Oh, the Raiders. Mike LaPointe dug it out behind the net. Threw it to Adam Blaze. McRae stones him. Gives up the rebound to Pribble, and he just robbed him. 2 fantastic saves in a row by John McRae.
4:27 left in the second period on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Raiders lead it 2-1. Hard-fought game here at the Massena Arena. Off the face-off. The puck cleared to the blue line. Dion stops it, dumps it up into the crowd. He tried to hit the glass and bang it back in, but it went up into the stands, and we'll have a face-off outside the Oswego zone.
That go-ahead goal, the 10-17 mark, just his second of the year, but not any bigger. Captain Frankie Joy, Adam Blaze, and Mike LaPointe picking up the assist.
Face-off in neutral ice. Seth Service will draw against Keith Lee. Off the face-off, puck in the Oswego zone. They flip it right back out again. Digging for it, O'Shea. Whacks at it, now Service flips it in the zone. Controlled by the Oswego defense. They move it back to the Massena line. P.J. Rochford backhands it right back in the zone. Bounces side of the net. Picked up there by Nate Elliott. Elliott flips it in the corner. Around the horn it goes. And the Buccaneers move it out. They got a man breaking. Here's an opportunity for Cole again. The shot, big save. And a huge save by goaltender Luca Richards. And again, P.J. Rochford made the cardinal sin of a defenseman. He lunged at the puck and missed it. And Cole came racing by. And just a great save by Luca Richards keeps Oswego down by a goal.
Well, not only did PJ lunge, but he was almost flat-footed, didn't have any much backward speed, and Cole was coming down like a freight train, and he just blew by him like one of those easterly winds, and right by him, but he came in at a pretty tough angle, but he knew where he wanted to go. It was upstairs short side, but Luca Richards came up big.
And that Cole is a player, isn't he?
Only a sophomore.
Wow. Puck in the corner. Corey David throws a check. Spanberg trying to come up with a puck. A lot of traffic. Spanberg whacks at it. Flips it in behind the net. Back after it there. Oswego's Keith Lee. Here's Lee. Bangs it out to neutral ice. Kerwin is there to flip it back in. Massena has to get onside. David does. Puck in behind the net. Picked up by the defense. Oswego around the boards. Joy. Quick shot. Doesn't get through this time. And it comes to Cole off a defenseman's skate. Here comes Cole busting in the zone. He tries to get through. This time he's taken out of the play. Joy comes up with a puck, flips it around the boards, but it's going to be Oswego controlling. Side of the net, they drop it to Cole. Cole centering pass in front, the shot saved. Rebound in behind, and Richards covers it up and holds on.
Number 8, Mark Donabella had a glorious opportunity, again set up by Cole, who was in the corner to the right of Richards, and the Raiders defense kind of just stood there, everyone frozen, and Cole found Donatella just to the right, about the top of the dot, slid him a nice little pass, and he was going far side, and Luca Richards came out with that left leg. What a great save by number 1, Luca Richards. No doubt his best game of the year so far. Just a super save.
He's been tested more in this game than he has any other game, that's for sure.
And they have been not just a routine, a lot of them have been real tough saves, but a big, big save by number 1, Luca Richards.
Bashaw against Blaze in the Massena zone. Off the draw. The puck goes in behind the net. They bang at it, and it's controlled by Bashaw. Comes in front, knocked away. P.J. Rochford after it in the corner. Gets knocked down. The puck is underneath him. Mike Lapointe tries to help out, and they're going to blow the whistle as the puck is underneath the maze of players, and we'll face it off again. Temper starting to flare a little bit. The score is 2-1. Massena on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard with 2:51 left in the second period.
Again, that head goal is second of the year. Frank Joy from Adam Blaze and Mike Lapointe.
Face off right side in the Massena zone. Now they're going to toss Blaze out of the face-off circle along with Bashaw. So Leduc will face off against Lapointe. Off the draw, bouncing puck. Blaze tries to move it ahead. Can't clear the zone. Dumped right back in. P.J. Rochford. He's going to bang it on the other side for Dion. Dion looks up. He's got Blaze breaking. Here comes Blaze. Feeds it to Lapointe. Lapointe takes it across. Knocked away. Pribble follows. Les gets knocked down from behind. Gets back up again. The puck is free. And it bounces back to the blue line, but it comes out to neutral ice. Dion flips it back in the zone. Massena has to clear the zone. And the puck is banged by Oswego back into the Massena zone. Racing in after it is Grimshaw. Centers. It's knocked into the corner by the Massena back checker. Now Rochford gets knocked down, but flips it ahead to Pribble. Pribble looking for somebody to pass to, goes to Spanberg. Massena changing lines. Here comes Spanberg, cruising into the corner. In behind, looks to center, Lapointe. In front, he can't get the shot off, and he's knocked down. The puck comes free to the blue line. Bounces free. Here's an opportunity for Grimshaw in the Massena zone. He gets knocked down. The bouncing puck, here's the shot, and it's fired wide on the backhand. Around the boards. Puck in the corner. Spanberg backhands it out to center ice. Spanberg trying to come up with it, knocked away. Here comes Oswego, and there's going to be an offsides called.
Going to have a penalty, Jerry, on Oswego.
Oh, really? Okay.
I think it's going to go to number 22. Might be Nate Elliott. Will make, no, correction, number 2. Mike Foley, big sophomore, 5'10". Mike Foley leads this Oswego club in penalties. Just picked up a minor. I think he's going to call interference. We'll wait and see the official call, but with 1:39 left in the period, Raiders are going to go on a power play.
A minute and a half for tripping.
Face-off will come outside the zone. There's also an offsides, too, wasn't it?
I was watching the infraction. I guess I was caught with that, and Foley called for tripping. Could have been called for just about anything, but he blindsided the Raider player.
Okay, off the face-off. Massena on the power play now for just about the rest of the period. They go to Spanberg. He takes it across. Offsides. And we'll face it off outside the zone again.
Ritters haven't been successful on the power play tonight, but the last time they had that power play, they moved it around much better than they did the first time and had a couple of good opportunities, notably the one by Captain Josh Spanberg.
1:29 left in the period. Second period, 1:20 in the power play. And on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard, Raiders lead it 2-1. Off the faceoff, Oswego controls. It's Nate Elliott with it, and he flips it down the ice. LaPointe intercepts, starts back again, takes it to Spanberg. Spanberg steps back to Joy, offsides as it came out. Just barely came across the line, but the official right there to make the call.
Josh Spanberg had gained the zone and was about 10 feet inside, drew a couple of attackers, and he dropped it back to the point, but Frankie Joy wasn't as good defenseman. He hadn't joined the fray yet. He wanted to make sure we were going to gain the zone. He was just a little late coming.
Off the faceoff, puck dumped back in the Massena zone. And racing in after it is Joy. He picks up a forechecker in Carroll, flips it ahead for Spanberg. Here comes Spanberg to LaPointe. Michael busting down the right side. He'll take it across. Here's LaPointe in the corner, looks to center up. Here's LaPointe, gets tied up, trying to come up with it, has it knocked away, and it's out to neutral ice. Joy knocks it down, waits for his wings to get on side, dumps it. Massena has to get on side. Oswego controls, flipping it back to the blue line. Here's Spanberg, flip it in behind for Corey David. David goes to LaPointe, back at the blue line. LaPointe's cross-ice pass knocked down, comes back to Joy, he keeps it in, goes to Spanberg. Spanberg back to Joy, he's got room, goes to LaPointe. LaPointe trying to go to Spanberg, knocked away. Here's the puck, back to the blue line. Joy flips it in the corner, knocked down in front. It's going to come to LaPointe. LaPointe in the circle, has it poke checked away. And back comes Oswego. They're going to have a 2-on-1 except Spanberg gets back. Here's a shot from the blue line, knocked down. 15 seconds left in the period. Spanberg picks up the puck. 3 seconds in the power play. Here's Spanberg's headman pass, goes by everybody back in the Oswego zone, but it's not going to go far enough for icing. 4 seconds left. Around the boards, 2 seconds, and that's going to take care of the period right there. And the Raiders go to the scoreboard, or go to the locker room with a 2-1 lead on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. But I'll tell you what, that was a hard-fought period.
Hard-fought, that's putting it mildly, Jerry. Bodies were flying all over the place. Both teams handing out tremendous body checks, not taking any prisoners, either one. Neither club backing off, just pounding, finishing the checks. Any defensive zone, offensive zone, neutral zone, throwing the body around. Some great goaltending by McCray and Luca Richards. Some exciting action, and only one goal scored, and that by the Raiders at the 10-17 mark. Captain Frankie Joy. They looked like the Oswego was going to clear the zone, but the puck came back around the boards, and Frankie Joy stayed, gambled, stayed on the point, kept it in, and kind of just wristed one from probably 58.5 feet. And there was a lot of traffic in front, and it might have even hit an Oswego player on the arm, but McCray never saw it. It came from the left point, actually McCray's right as he's looking out. He never saw it and went into the short side. And Adam Blaze and Mike LaPointe picking up the assists on that.
Saves in the period for Oswego goaltender McCray. He had 7, two-period total of 18. Massena goaltender Luca Richards, 8, a two-period total of 13. So the shots on net, 20-14, favoring Massena. But this is a pretty even hockey game, to say the least. Penalties, 2 apiece. Massena's Jamie Currier picked up a penalty at the 4:58 mark for roughing. Then it was Nate Elliott going off for hooking, or make that holding at 6:05. Then Frank Joy picked up a hooking call at the 7:54 mark, and then it was Mike Foley going off for tripping at 13:21. No power play goals in the period. Oswego's picked up 4 penalties through 2 periods. Massena has picked up 3 penalties through 2 periods. Our broadcast brought to you by Frenchie's Chevrolet Oldsmobile, 255 East Orvis Street in Massena, by Tiffany's Restaurant at 46 Main Street, downtown Massena. Also by Paris Environmental Control Corporation on the Winthrop Road in Massena, by the North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillips Street in Massena, by Anquia Enterprise, Route 37 in Hogansburg, by Ray Hurlbut Tent Rental in Louisville, phone 764-0376, by Hahn Welding Supply, Route 56 in Massena, Homestead Dairy, West Hatfield, and the corner of North Main and Maple Street in Massena, by Massena Building Supply, 70 Water Street, Massena, and by Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, downtown Massena. Pretty good second period to go with a pretty good first period, and we've seen a pretty good hockey game thus far, Dave.
I'll tell you, you and I and everyone else in here has really been treated. This is the type of hockey that you expect these two teams to put on. They put on a real barn burner here 2 years ago, and they haven't disappointed anyone here tonight. Just an outstanding game. The Raiders got an edge in the scoring 2-1, but it's even Steven in every other department. A lot of hard hitting, some excellent goaltending out there, some great, both clubs are playing both ends of the ice, forechecking and back checking, skating 3 lines. The Oswego's skating, I think, 6 defensemen. The Raiders are going with basically almost 4, I think, 2 sets of defensemen, but just an exciting game. Got the fans right on the edge of their seats, and it's going to go right down to that final whistle, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. This Oswego team is an excellent hockey team. We've seen some good ones this year, but I'll tell you what, I don't think they're any too much better than this team.
Well, this club, one of the few clubs I've seen this year that can skate with Massena. They certainly can skate, and again, we alluded to earlier their youth. They've got in their starting, let's say 9 and 6-15. They've got 8 sophomores and a freshman that see regular ice time out there. And Massena's primarily a veteran club, as we've discussed before. But neither club giving an inch, neither club trying to get very successful taking an inch from the other club. And the officials are letting them play hockey out there, doing an excellent job. It's a fast-paced game. We haven't had that many penalties. I think 7 penalties, 4 and 3. And power plays, Massena's been stymied tonight, 0 for 4 in the power play. Oswego doing an excellent job killing out there, and likewise at the other end, Massena on Oswego on their power. Oswego's 0 for 3, but I just can't say enough about these first 2 periods of hockey.
Good hockey. Our broadcast brought to you by Massena Optics, 55 Main Street, Massena, by the members of Seacom Federal Credit Union, located at 30 Stern Street in Massena, by K&S Studio. Give Ben a call at 769-2110 for your softball uniform needs. Also by Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, working together. Their quality shines through. By Charlie's Tavern at 181 Park Avenue in Massena. By Massena Travel, 199 East Orva Street in Massena. By the men and women of Alcoa Massena Operations. By Walsh Equipment at 50 Burney Avenue in Massena. The Village Engraver, 80 Parker Avenue in Massena. By your friends at GM Powertrain here in Massena. And by Coca-Cola Bottling, East Orva Street in Massena. A 2-1 hockey game. The Raiders lead it on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Going to take a break here. Go back to our studios for a moment or two. We'll be back with the third period in just a few. Again, our score in the one of the few teams we've seen this year that can skate with Massena, and they certainly can.
Yeah, and they'll throw the body any place. They finish their checks. You like to see that. Again, that's a mark, an indication of a good club and a club that's been schooled, and that you got to finish your check. It's part of the game, and they certainly are an excellent club. And the people of Oswego have to be proud of this club. Oswego, as we all know, it's I think it's the most easterly port on Lake Ontario. A lot of hydroelectric plants down there, paper products located at the mouth of the Oswego River, and they're certainly putting on a fine performance here this evening in this big-time game.
Massena Red Raiders back out on the ice, led by goaltender Luca Richards. Now come the Oswego Buccaneers, led by their fine goaltender John McRae. Both goaltenders have played well here this evening. Broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling, Outer East Orva Street in Massena, and we'll have a WMSA Coca-Cola player of the game from the Massena Red Raiders at the end of this game. Also GM Powertrain here in Massena, the Village Engraver, 80 Parker Avenue in Massena, Walsh Equipment at 50 Burney Avenue in Massena, the men and women of Alcoa Massena Operations, Massena Travel, 199 East Orva Street, Charlie's Tavern at 181 Park Avenue, Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, K&S Studio, Seacom Federal Credit Union, Massena Optics, Massena Building Supply, Homestead Dairy, Hahn Welding Supply, Ray Hurlbut Tent Rental, Ionquia Enterprise, Route 37 in Hogansburg, North Country Savings Bank, Paris Environmental Control Corporation, Tiffany's Restaurant, and Frenchie's Chevrolet Oldsmobile, East Orva Street in Massena. 2-1 Raiders lead as we get ready for the third period. Massena Oswego, New York State Division I quarterfinal game. Winner of this game gets Saratoga next Saturday, 5 o'clock at the Utica Memorial Auditorium.
I'll tell you, the emotions are running high on both teams, and something you don't usually see here. And as both teams are skating around, a pair of 18s, P.J. Rochefort for the Raiders and Ben Is it Michalewski?
Mikowski.
Mikowski. Get my tongue in front of my nose there. Mikowski had words with each other, and the officials had to kind of step in and separate them. And that's that's before the start of this third period. But motions running high. Both clubs really fired sky high. I don't know. I guess my question's been answered. I didn't know if Oswego could respond to the bell after playing that emotional game against Rome last week. But they have here. They've answered the challenge, and it's tough to go on the road and to play in the opposition's backyard, but they're putting on a very, very credible performance here this evening.
It'll be Ferguson out there with Carroll and Foley against the Massena Jason Converse line. Converse, Spanberg, and David. Kerwin and Joy at the points for Massena. Elliott out there along with Anarino for Oswego. And we're ready to go. Now it's going to be stepping into the face-off circle. Carroll off the draw. Massena controls. Here's Spanberg. Just across the blue line, knocked away. He gets upended, and the puck goes all the way back in the Massena zone. Joy in after it. Picks up a forechecker, steps by him, kicks the puck ahead to Spanberg. He bangs it out to neutral ice. Here comes Corey David. David with it. Takes it across into the zone. Gets knocked down. The puck bounces free in behind to Converse. Converse gets taken out of the play. Puck still bouncing around. Converse racing in after it. He fights for it with Elliott. Now David throws a check. Converse skates it in front. Can't get the shot off. Bouncing puck goes in the corner. Back to the point now from Spanberg to Joy. His shot deflected. Oh, just wide. Didn't miss by much. Around the boards again. Kerwin keeps it in. Nice job. Bounces it back into the corner. Bouncing puck. Converse whacks at it. Can't control. It comes bouncing free, and it's out to center ice. And down the ice it goes into the Massena zone. Dion's back for it for David, and David waved at it, couldn't get it, and icing will be the call on Massena.
That whole sequence with Oswego bottled up probably came about when they had an opportunity to clear, but they hit the official with the puck on the way out, and the Raiders took advantage of that, and Jason Converse came within a whisker. Shot coming from the point, Frankie Joy, nice low shot. Converse off to the right of McCray, redirected one, and it was just missed by inches.
Face-off will be back in the Massena zone. Blaze will face off against Bashaw. Off the draw, bouncing puck, Pribble. Pribble skates into the circle, flips it ahead out to neutral ice. Picked up there by the Oswego defense, right back in the Massena zone. P.J. Rochford. Rochford flips ahead for Pribble. Pribble moves it out to neutral ice again, bounces by everybody. LaPointe racing for it along with Canoop. In the corner, LaPointe goes in after it. Canoop takes him out of the play, and the puck picked up by Leduc. Leduc almost lost it, then moves it out to center ice. Rochford's there to bang it ahead for LaPointe. LaPointe to Adam Blaze, and Blaze caught one right in the knee, and he's hurting. Caught a stick right across the knee, and he's going off the ice slowly.
Up on his feet, but making his way and clutching that right knee. I hate to see that. He's in obvious. He can't make it to the bench about 25 feet. He's just gone right down. And Coach Matt Hart out to his system, and the Raiders, well, that would be a devastating loss for the Raiders if number 15 is not able to continue, and he's just dragging that leg.
Caught a stick square across the knee as he was going into the zone.
Well, we just hope that it's just a stinging type of pain, that he didn't twist that thing, and we all know what happens when it's twisted.
I don't think he did. I don't think there was any twisting involved. Good. Off the face-off, here's Massena's Courier shot right on. He didn't get much wood on it. Right off the face-off, it was Seth Service taking it across and flipped it to Courier. Courier whacked at it, but it was a high shot, glove high, and McCray made the save easily. Brown leading St. Lawrence 5-1 after 2. 3-1 Clarkson after 2 periods. So the Golden Knights, they clinched last night, and they're ahead tonight. Of course, they weren't too happy that Harvard beat them in overtime there earlier in the season, so they had a little thing to prove, even though they'd already clinched. Off the face-off, Service goes after it. Now following up here is Courier. Courier takes it in behind. He's got Heath McLean, who's out there on the wing, but McLean, they couldn't get it to him. McLean digs it out of the corner, wraps it around the boards. Dion pinches in, pokes it free into the slot. McLean trying to knock it through, but it's intercepted, and back down the ice come the Oswego Buccaneers. Here's a shot from center ice. The save is made, And I think we're going to have a penalty on Massena as Heath McLean is going to pick up an interference call, I believe. Holding. Okay.
Heath McLean's going to get the call. Big number 22, Nate Elliott, that big 205, 6'2" sophomore defenseman, just screamed about a 65-footer out there. And I tell you, the Luca Richards got to check the belly button because that one took him right in the midsection, and that was a pounding shot. He can really unload it.
So a power play opportunity for Oswego. This will be their fourth in the game. Their one goal came right at the end of a power play, just after it had elapsed. Off the faceoff in the Massena zone, in behind the net. Oswego controlling it. That's Bashaw. Knocked away from him. Raiders try to move it out. Don't clear. Spanberg had a chance. Now he's got the puck, flips it to the blue line again. It's kept in. He pokes it free. Corey David racing for it. David's got the puck. He's still got it. Looks to slide it in front. It goes in the net. It goes in off the Oswego defenseman. David will get the goal, and Massena scores a shorthanded goal and goes ahead 3-1. And that is just a big goal for Corey David, and he deserves that one. He worked hard.
I can't talk over that ship's whistle, but I'll tell you, I agree with you 100%. Corey David worked so hard for that. Picked up the loose puck at center ice. Initially looked like a 2-on-1 break, but the Oswego player got back. Big number 22 is 2-on-2. David fought off his check, went to the right, to the left of McRae, threw the puck across the slot where he thought that Josh Bamberg, 22, coming back. Nate Elliott got a stick on it and put it in his own net.
Off the faceoff, Raiders control. Here's Spanberg, knocked away. Back comes Oswego into the Massena zone. Knocked down in front. It crawls right underneath. It's underneath the Oswego player, who is Jared Leduc, as he got knocked down in the slot, and the puck was underneath him. And the faceoff will come inside Massena's zone. 56 seconds left in the Oswego power play.
Very, very tough break for Oswego and their fine young defenseman, Nate Elliott, to hustle hard to get back and doing the things he had to do. As the puck came across the crease area, it hit his stick and went in behind John McRae, who had one eye on the puck and one eye on Josh Bamberg.
Off the faceoff, puck along the boards, still in the zone. Here's an opportunity in front. The backhander hit the side of the net, bounces right in the slot, and they clear it. LaPointe, we have a whistle. And somebody's going to get called for controlling with a high stick. Oswego does, and that'll move the faceoff all the way down the ice.
I think Garrett Ferguson hit either the crossbar or the post on that one. Jerry, he came out of the corner to the right of Luca Richards on his backhand, and he had a lot of room up on that short side, and he got off a wicked backhand, and I think he hit the crossbar.
That could very well be.
That time of that goal, 2:36, unassisted, Corey David, a shorthanded goal, and as Joey puts down, just amazing feat of strength as he fought off that check, but a tough break for Nate Elliott.
Off the faceoff, puck in the Oswego zone. They control on the power play. Mikulski stick handles and bangs it down the ice to the Massena line. P.J. Rochford is there. He cranks it right back the other way. That's going to go in the net! And Massena scores another goal! I can't believe that one. P.J. Rochford from his own blue line. The puck took a weird bounce off the boards, and I don't know where McRae was, but his head wasn't in the game, and the Raiders take a 4-1 lead, their second shorthanded goal in this penalty.
If you thought the last goal was strange, you'll never see one stranger than this. The Raiders killing a penalty, and P.J. Rochford at his own blue line just dumped the puck down the ice, and it hit something right here down in front of the penalty box. McRae was going to the corner. He thought it was going to run down the dasher, and he never looked back at the puck. He expected it to come out of the corner. It angled at about a 45 and went right into the net.
So the Raiders take a 4-1 lead here on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. And here comes LaPointe in the corner. Mike LaPointe with a puck, just looking to waste some time. LaPointe, and then he backs away and leaves it with 10 seconds left in the power play. LaPointe knocks it down again with a high stick. And this time the faceoff will occur at neutral ice. Adam Blaze is back out on the ice. And that's good news for Massena.
It certainly is, not only for today's game, but if they're fortunate enough to win this down the road. But two strange goals that coming at 24, about 40 seconds apart on Raiders were killing both unassisted, one by Corey David and one by P.J. Rochefort, and I don't think I've ever seen one like P.J.'s before, certainly not at the high school level, and when we have more time, we'll describe it in detail, but just unbelievable.
Corey's wasn't as strange in the fact, well, it went off a defenseman, but it was a hard-working goal and a good job. The puck in the Massena zone, Joy bangs it out to neutral ice. Penalty has elapsed, and the Raiders are back to full strength. Puck in the Oswego zone, they move it out to neutral ice, bouncing around, bodies flying, poked away by Courier, and he can't come up with it. Back after it there is Donabella. Donabella flips it over on the other side for Elliott, moves it ahead to the Massena line. Into the Massena zone it goes, in behind the net, Joy over skates and then gathers it in, has it knocked away. He gets tied up behind, they're going to try the wraparound short side shot, and the save made, rebound, another save, and the puck goes in behind the net. Couple of big saves there by goaltender Luca Richards. Puck in the corner. They move it around the horn, and it's knocked away by Joe. Or no, that's Seth Service. And Service skates it out. And there's going to be a delay penalty on Oswego. Here comes Timmy O'Shea. Drop pass to Courier. Oh, Courier just got hammered. And the puck goes in the corner. Massena still controls. And O'Shea has it. Steps in front. Centering pass across the horn. And finally, Oswego touches it. And down the ice.
The Raiders had 7 players on the ice. I think they're going to get called for too many men if the officials are sharp on this. They had 7 players on the ice. They pulled the goaltender. One man came on for the goaltender, and then another. Mike Dion was the last one to come on. They had 7 players.
I don't think they caught it, though.
Well, we'll wait and see.
He came over and made the slashing indication, which was the penalty back in the Massena zone. And he did not make another indication, and there's only one door open, so they missed it.
They caught a break.
Though.
And I'll tell you, Mike Dion, sharp youngster, he realized when he was out there, he was all the way to the offensive blue line when he realized, oh my God, we've got 1 too many. We pulled our goaltender, we're supposed to have 6, not 7. And he bolted for the bench. Fortunately for the Raiders at that time, there was a stoppage of play, and they did dodge the bullet there.
Massena on the power play here, leading at 4-1 with 10:09 left in the third period. Off the faceoff, the puck goes back in the Massena zone. It kind of went right between the 2 defensemen. P.J. Rochefort in after it. He'll flip it around for Dion. Dion skates it ahead. Looks for Rochefort breaking. It's going to go to LaPointe, and LaPointe just rifles it in the Oswego zone. Round the boards it goes. Corey David after it. Trying to slide it through. It's knocked away and dumped down the ice. Bounces. Luca Richards stops it. I don't think that one was on that time. Back after it is PJ. He's going to leave it for Josh Spanberg. Drops it back to PJ Rochefort. Rochefort ahead to Spanberg to LaPointe. LaPointe takes it across, rifles it around the boards, bounces in the corner. Picked up by David. Back to Dion. Dion slides it right on. Oh, nice save made off a skate. And the puck comes back to PJ. Flips it in the corner. Another penalty on Oswego. And we have another whistle. And the Buccaneers will pick up another penalty here. The wheels have come off a little bit here, Dave. Of course, 2 real strange goals will do that to you.
Yeah, they've got probably have to feel snake bitten. And then getting back just before this, not this penalty, the one before, Luca Richards came up really big with an outstanding save. Oswego had a glorious opportunity to pull it back within 2 when number 24, Eric Cole, stole the puck behind the net and came out on the short side, and I would have bet the ranch that he was going to score, but somehow Luca Richards got that left leg across and stuffed it on the short side. I don't know if maybe that's his biggest save of the night, but he's really been strong here. And you mentioned the wheels starting to come off. The Buccaneers probably feel a little snake bit at this stage.
And there's going to be a timeout here by Oswego. 9:17 left in the third period. Massena will be on a 2-man advantage, leading at 4-1. Our broadcast brought to you by Frenchie Chevrolet Oldsmobile at 255 East Orva Street in Massena. Tiffany's Restaurant, 46 Main Street, downtown Massena. By Paris Environmental Control Corporation on the Winthrop Road in Massena. North Country Savings Bank, 22 Phillip Street in Massena. By Ionquay Enterprise, Route 37 in Hogansburg. Ray Hurlbut Tent Rental, phone 764-0376. Han Welding Supply, Route 56 in Massena. Homestead Dairies, Massena Building Supply, Massena Optics.
And getting back to that fourth Raider goal by P.J. Rochefort, if we can. Raiders killing the penalty. Had already scored one shorthanded goal. Heath McLean in the penalty box, and P.J. Rochefort, his own blue line, dumped the puck, and it hit. It took a strange bounce. He wanted to run it down in the corner, and that's where McCray thought it was going to be. He went to the corner, only the puck glanced off the boards and directly into the net, and McCray, I don't even think saw it in. He saw it go in. He was looking in the corner.
Massena with a two-man advantage. They control the puck in the corner. Blaze gets knocked down, gets back up again. It goes to Service. Service to Kerwin. Kerwin back to Joy. Joy slides one right on, deflected just wide by Lapointe. Kerwin in the corner. Mike Lapointe with it, has it knocked away. Comes to Blaze. Blaze goes to Service. Back to the blue line. Joy. Joy flips it in behind to Blaze. Blaze goes to Service. Back to Lapointe. Joy keeps it into Service. Service to Blaze, knocked away. Puck in the corner. Picked up by Blaze to Service. Service back to the point. They got a guy back. Here's the shot right on. Rebound, save, and a couple of good ones by John McCray.
And Oswego down two men again. Continue to kill, even with two men down, very aggressively out there. The Raiders worked the puck around, but never really got a good opportunity. They had isolated Mike Lapointe a couple times off to McCray's left, but couldn't get him the puck. And just one harmless shot on this first flurry. Still 48 seconds left on the second Oswego penalty.
8:35 left in the third period. A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard says 4-1 for Massena. Face off right side of McCray in the Oswego zone. Now they toss Carroll out of the face-off circle. Service takes it from Massena, back to the point. Joy to Kerwin. Kerwin winds up, his shot is blocked. It's knocked out the center ice, but Joy is there. Ahead to Service, he bangs it into the corner. Picked up there and ripped around the boards by the Buccaneers, excuse me. Back to the blue line, Kerwin. Knocked away from Kerwin, comes out to neutralize Joy, flips it ahead for Service, and offsides. You're going to call an intentional offsides.
Again, in this situation, the Raider defense are doing things. They don't want to throw that puck across. They got a 4-1 lead with 8 minutes to go. Don't throw it across to D when the forecheck is out deep like that. And also, don't wind up and take the big slap shots when you got a guy right in your face because, it hits him and bounces behind him. You don't want to give the opposition that opportunity to get back in his hockey game.
Face off in the Massena zone. Off the draw. Quick shot. Luca makes the save. Bouncing puck in behind the net. Controlled by Cole. Big save by Luca Richards again. Spanberg. P.J. Rochefort. Sorry about that. To Corey David. Back to Rochefort in behind the net. Around the boards it comes. Oswego trying to clear the zone, and they don't. It comes to Corey David. David, nice pass. Here's Spanberg. Gets in by one by shot, and he fired it wide. Puck around the boards. And it's still in the zone. Now it bounces out to neutral ice. Spanberg whacks at it. Back in the zone it goes. Comes to the Massena line. Cole is there. He's taken out of the play. Puck flipped up along the boards. Picked up by the Buccaneers. They flip it in the Massena zone. Rochefort gathers it. I don't know why I couldn't say PJ's name before. Flips it ahead. It comes to the blue line. Spanberg to Corey David. David trying to break down into the zone. Here comes David in the corner. He's on that same guy, Elliott. Out muscles him, trying to slide it to the blue line. Pinching in. And Kerwin keeps it in. That was lucky for Kerwin. Here's the pass across the goal mouth. It's blocked in the zone. It's picked up there by Mikulski. He's got a man breaking, and offsides will be the call, or icing, or what are they going to call? Icing, I guess.
You couldn't say PJ, and I couldn't say Mikulski. I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
But I know PJ. 6:50 remaining in the third period on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. The Raiders lead at 4-1.
And another big save by Luca Richards. Right on the draw, that last face-off down to his left. Bashaw stepped right through Jason Converse and ripped a wrist shot. Top left-hand corner. Richards coming up big.
Adam Blaze out there to take the draw against Ferguson. Face-off just inside. Must have been an offsides pass. And around the boards it goes. Mike Lapointe after it. Lapointe digging along the boards to the blue line. Blaze rides the puck boards to Pribble on the other side. Here's Les in the corner. He's taken out of the play. The puck bounces in behind the net. Lapointe digging for it there. Mike Lapointe in the corner, trying to control it. Instead, it's Oswego's Mikulski. Mikulski flips it off the boards toward the blue line. It just crawls out to center ice, and it's flipped into the Massena zone. Kerwin after it. Ryan Kerwin gathers it in behind his own net, flips it along the boards to Pribble. Pribble bounces to Blaze. Here comes Blaze with it, knocked away. Bounces to Pribble. Pribble digging for it. He gets tied up, and back the other way come the Buccaneer. Oh, hard check thrown at the blue line. Blaze comes up with a puck. Adam Blaze ridden into the boards. Nice check, but Blaze comes up with a puck. He gets tied up from behind. It's underneath him, and we'll have a face-off. And there's going to be a penalty, I think. A cross-check.
It is going to be a cross-check.
He reamed Adam Blaze with his stick. I thought they'd call a hook, a spear.
Jared Leduc is going to pick up the cross-checking call. A little bit, again, frustration coming out, but still plenty of time. Oswego, all they need is one to get back in this game, get on a roll. They've got the scoring power to do it. They've got some big guns out there, but they're not going to do it by taking foolish penalties like that. And before, Coach Sears called a good timeout, I thought, after the Raiders scored that fourth goal, settled his youngsters down, said, hey, we're not out of this game yet.
Face off just inside the Oswego zone. Off the draw. LaPointe trying to go back to the blue line. Knocked away. He gets it back again out by center ice. Flips to the open wing. Spanberg overskates it. But Corey David's in there digging for it. David in the corner. Goes back to the point. Here's the drive from the point. Save made. And holding on for the face-off is goaltender McRae.
5 minutes and 41 seconds left in this hockey game unless we go OT. The Raiders up 4-1 and 5 minutes and 41 seconds away from making a trip to the Final Four in Utica.
Face-off will be to the right side of goaltender John McRae. Corey David will take the draw. LaPointe and Spanberg. And let's see here, Charlie Durant playing 1 point along with P.J. Rochford. Off the face-off, puck sits in the circle, comes back to the blue line. Durant keeps it in, flips it into the corner. Around the boards it goes to Spanberg. Spanberg flips it for David, gets it back again, trying to go back to David, knocked away. Comes back to P.J. P.J. trying to flip it through, it's knocked away. They got a man breaking, and I don't think they're going to get it to him. Cole, he's going to have to chase it down. He and P.J. go in after it. P.J. tried to check him and missed him completely and hit the boards. That had to hurt just a little bit. Now LaPointe with it. The Oswego player waved at it and lost his glove up into the Massena bench.
The Raider forwards have to realize at this stage of the game that Oswego will be diving every opportunity, regardless if they're even strength or down a man. So I'm sure the coaching staff, Coach Long and his staff, told his forwards, just if you feel that pressure, just tip it out of the zone. Told the defense, no blind passes up the middle.
They don't need any more goals. Here comes Oswego, the shot, just wide and a little bit high, didn't miss by too awfully much. Oswego trying to put some pressure on here in the corner. It's Ferguson. He gets tied up. The puck comes free to LaPointe. LaPointe's head man doesn't clear the zone. Ferguson doing a good job. Here's a shot. Save made. Rebound. Cleared to the blue line and out to center ice. And Corey David chases it down. Here's David. Into the boards. Stays with it. Back to the point. Eric DeRosie is out there now. Into Spanberg. Spanberg trying to center it. It's knocked away. Puck bounces in behind the net. Massena leads 4-1 here on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard. LaPointe trying to drop it back to the point. Dumps it down the ice. Richards leaves it for Dion. Dion ahead to LaPointe, and he just deflects it back in the Oswego zone. Power play has elapsed. Just over 4 minutes to play in the third period. Massena coming out with their fourth line now for the first time tonight. Heath McLean, Scotty Service, and Joey Weiskopf. And the puck at the Massena blue line now comes out to center ice. Dump back to the Massena line. Here comes Cole. Into the zone. He's got an opportunity. Goes by the defense, centers it, and the save made by Luca Richards.
You mentioned the Raiders coming out with their fourth line through injuries and illness and suspension and whatever. Only 7 Raiders have played all the 24 games this season. Frankie Joy, Mike Dion on defense, Corey David, Jamie Currier, Les Pribble, Timmy O'Shea, and Captain Josh Bamberg are the others.
Bashaw against Service. Off the face-off. It's cleared into the corner by Luca Richards. Frank Joy with it. Wraps it around on the other side to Kerwin. Kerwin up to McLean, and McLean starts it out for Massena. McLean to Scotty Service across the blue line. Service dumps it in the corner. It's picked up on the defense by the Buccaneers. They move it out to center ice. Joy is there. Waits for his wing, slips it right on, and the save is made by McCray. Puck around the boards, comes to Joy at the blue line. He pinches in. Quick wrist shot right on, save made, and the puck kicked all the way down the ice. They wave the icing off. Richards comes out of his net to play it ahead for Joy, and it's out to center ice. Back in again. Comes to Joy. Cross ice pass goes to Heath McLean, and McLean's just going to dump it as Massena wants to make a line change. Just over 3 minutes to play here in the period. Puck out to center ice. Timmy O'Shea dumps it right back in the zone. Puck in behind the net. Picked up there on the defense by Nate Elliott. Around the horn, Charlie Durant's there. Dumps it back in. Delay offsides on Massena, but the Raiders clear. Here come the Lakers down the ice. That's right on. Save made by Richards from the length of the ice. Puck around the boards. Massena controls out to center ice. And back to the Oswego blue line. They try to move it ahead. Timmy O'Shea is there. Slides it across the blue line. Courier. Here's Courier. Gets tied up and dumps it in behind the net. Around the boards, O'Shea. Wraps it in behind for Seth Service. He gets tied up. O'Shea comes out with the puck. O'Shea skates in front. Can't get the shot off. Spins around. Centers in front. Courier shot. Save, rebound. Bounces in front. O'Shea. And finally it's cleared, but not out of the zone. Bounces free. Here comes Service with it. Skates by the check. There's going to be a penalty on Oswego. And they just kick the puck around the boards. 2 minutes left to play in the third period. Durant flips it in the corner, and finally Oswego touches it, and the whistle blows. And the Raiders will go on the power play with 1:56 remaining in the third period. And on the A1 TV and Appliance scoreboard, it's 4-1 Massena.
Timmy O'Shea put a moves, whatever you want to call it. I can't describe it. He turned the Oswego team inside out, all within the space of the circle down there, and the end result was he set up Jamie Courier all alone with John McCray, and McCray stoned him, but just a great move by Timmy O'Shea.
Off the face-off, Corey David wins the draw, goes to Spanberg. Spanberg makes the move, has it knocked away, gets tripped up, the puck out to center ice. Dion makes a good move, taking it away from Cole. Every time that Cole has the puck, it scares me. Puck across the blue line, Corey David. David drop pass to LaPointe. LaPointe goes back to David. In behind the net, around the horn, back to the blue line. Dion just flips to Spanberg. His pass knocked down. Spanberg gets it back again. Goes back to Dion and comes out to center ice. DeRosie flips it back in again. Offsides will be called as the goaltender played it. And we're down to 1:24 left. And it's 4-1. Sorry, David.
Oh, that's all right. Instead of a minute 24, it's 104 seconds, I guess, that before that trip to Utica, and the Raiders looking to get back there and take the second championship in 4 years for Coach Tim Long, or 3 years, correct?
Again, you take them one game at a time, but that's what Massena's trying to do here, and they had some breaks tonight. And down the ice it goes. And, of course, they're killing a penalty, so no icing called. Puck around the boards. In the corner. After it is Spanberg. Spanberg gets tied up. DeRosie picks up the puck. Drops it back to Spanberg. Here comes Josh. Under a minute to play now. Spanberg busts across the blue line. Right down the middle. Takes the shot. Scores! Josh Spanberg! And Massena goes up 5-1 on the power play. Icing on the cake for the captain.
You could almost see that one coming when he picked up the puck down in his own end, way down on the left side, and he went streaking down that left side. And number 18, Ben Mikowski, gave up the blue line. He was out of gas. Josh Bamberg gave him a move to go inside. Mikowski bit for it. He went right around him, and he's going down the left wing, so he's on his off wing. Easy to cut in. He cut into took that step inside around Mikowski, cut into the forehand, and rifled a shot up over the left shoulder of John McCray.
Well, you know what? This is going to go down probably as 5-1 in the books, but that really does not even begin to tell the story of this game, does it?
It certainly doesn't.
Off the face-off, puck out to neutral ice, back in. And we got delay offsides as Joey Weiskopf battling with one of the Oswego players. Here comes Massena again. Headman goes to Weiskopf, trying to thread the needle. He gets through, and the goaltender plays it back to the blue line. Durant keeps it in nicely, and we're down to 30 seconds and counting. In the corner, it's Weiskopf. Has it knocked away, back to Durant. Charlie tees it up, quick wrist shot, save made, rebound, score! P.J. Rushford picks up his second goal of the game.
No, it's Heath McLean.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm sorry, Heath McLean.
Heath McLean parked just off to the left of John McCray, and McCray just, he's done all he could tonight. The wheels have really come off, and 6-1 is not indicative of this game. The Raiders a little more icing on the cake, and it's a big one. Heath McLean, his first goal in sectional play, and he's Johnny on the spot. The shot came from Charlie Durant. McCray makes the save. McLean, Johnny on the spot, stick down, and he just shoveled it into the empty net.
23 seconds remaining in the third period. Raiders are headed for Utica. Off the face-off. Oswego controls. 6-1 Massena. We'll play out the string here. Luca Richards, he's been outstanding for Massena. He's got to get some consideration, I would think. Puck in behind the net. Now they center it in front. The shot, save, another save. Couple of big saves for Richards as the seconds tick down. The Raiders are headed for Utica. 6-1 the final. But again, that doesn't tell the story. Again, our final score, the Massena Red Raiders head for Utica and the semifinals next week against Saratoga. A 6-1 victory over Oswego. Stay tuned for the post-game show on WMSA.
Over the third period.
I'll do 5.
19 for Massena, 10 for a game total of 29.
I'm going downstairs, Dave. I'm going downstairs.
You're going downstairs?
But I can hear it, so, okay.
We have an award ceremony to take place.
So I'll just film. Do you take?
Again, shots for Oswego.